Now that we've learned how to round whole numbers to a particular column value, let's just get some more practice. And in this video, we're going to look at how we round them without actually having to write out all of the columns when we're rounding. So let's look at the first example, and that is 3,281 to the nearest 100. 3,281 to the nearest 100. So all we need to do is figure out where that hundreds column would be. So ones, tens, hundreds. So that you know that that's going to be your cutoff point there, and we're going to be looking at this value to affect the hundreds column. And the rule, we said that if it's 5 or greater, we round up. Lower than 5, we round down. So 8 is greater than 5, so that just rounds up to a 3. And we're left with 3, 3, and we fill the rest of these with zeros. So 3,281 to the nearest 100 is just going to be 3,300. And notice that when I was speaking the word, the column that we're rounding to is always the last column that we should actually speak. So 3,300, and that's rounded to the hundreds column. Okay, let's look at the next one. 164,299 to the nearest 100,000. Let's write it out. 164, 299. Now, we could go through and write out all of the column values in order to round this problem. But remember, we said that we deal with groups of threes, and those are our periods. And we know that the first period is the ones, and the second period is the thousands. And so we really only need to worry about this thousands period and look for the 100,000 column. So again, ones, tens, hundreds. So this is the 100,000 column, and so we want to do the cutoff there and check the number behind that. And so when we check the number behind that, we see that that's a 6. 5 or greater, yes. So this becomes 2. And again, we just fill the rest in with zeros. And 164,299 just becomes 200,000. And again, notice that when I was speaking it, the column value to which I was rounding was the last thing that I said, 200,000. Okay, so let's look at this final last one, 999 to the nearest 100. 999 to the nearest 100. So we only have one period this time, so again, we just look for the hundreds column, and there it is. So we're going to cut off there and check this number here. So greater than 5, yes, round up. 9 rounded up becomes 10. Fill the rest in with zeros. So we have 1,000, and when we fill it in, we write it 1,000. And we can speak it like that as well. But look at this number. Is that the correct way to write and speak this? Well, no, because remember we have the first period there, which is the ones, but we've started another digit, that one there, and that's in the next period, the thousands period. So really, this should be written like this: 1, comma, to indicate that that's the end of that first period, 0, 0, 0. And instead of saying 1,000, because we're rounding to that hundreds column, we really should just say 1,000. That's all there is to rounding. Well, you know, let's try one more. Okay, let's say 45. No, let's change that. Instead of 45, we're going to make it 43,251 to the nearest 10,000. Yeah, 10,000. Okay, so again, we don't have to worry about going through each column value. We just have to look at the periods. And we know that we're dealing with thousands, so we just go to the thousands period, which is over here. And we want to look at the nearest 10,000. So that would be the ones, tens, and so this is where we put our cutoff right here. And we go and we look at that digit there. 3 is less than 5, so this stays as the 4, and we're left with 4, and just fill the rest in with zeros. 40,000. So 43,251 to the nearest 10,000 is just 40,000. And that's really all there is to it. Now try some for yourself in the exercises. Good luck.